Hi, everyone. I'm excited to let you know about something we practitioners at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living are bringing to our community. It is called Midweek Inspiration, and it will be a 45-minute pick-me-up on the first and third Wednesdays of the month on Zoom. We will have meditation, a short talk based on the book Living the Science of Mind, a brief Q&A session, and then before closing our time together, the practitioner will do affirmative prayer for those that would like it.
Hi, midweek inspiration for me is a time for connection and a time for me to explore highest good.
Midweek meditation for me is I have more understanding of living the science of mind.
What the midweek inspiration means for me is inspiration. It's an opportunity to get together with like-minded people who have a goal of feeling and creating wholeness for themselves in every area of their life and also extending out to others.
For me, the midweek inspiration is a chance to connect to other like-minded people. And it's also just a wonderful reminder of the truth of who I am and what we all are. And I'm just so thankful and grateful for it.
All I have to say is set your clock so you know what time it is in the midweek inspiration, because it was wonderful. It was my second time here, and it's what I need to get me through that part of the day that's kind of quiet at night when I need some good spiritual advice.
Before practitioner Aldo does the centering, I wanted to do something that we haven't done in a while. That's a land acknowledgement. Last week, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday, was Indigenous Peoples Day. And so the 9th was Indigenous Peoples Day. So we just want to take the time to, if you would, just take a deep breath in and release. And as we gather this morning, let us consider taking some time to acknowledge that the land and resources we are using to sustain ourselves rightfully belong to Indigenous peoples who continue to live and thrive all around the southern Nevada area. We are upon the sacred ancestral land of the Nuwu, Southern Paiute, Wash-Yishu, Washoe, Numu, Northern Paiute, Niue, Western Shoshone, Wallapai, and Shimihuivi, people who live and thrive all around the state of Nevada. We also highlight and uplift all of Nevada's 27 sovereign tribal nations. We acknowledge the painful history of genocide and settler colonialism that continues to impact Native and Indigenous communities today. And we honor the past, present, and future stewards of this land. We offer gratitude for the land, for those who have stewarded it for generations, and for the opportunity to study, learn, work, and be in community with this land. We encourage everyone in this space who work and live on this land since time immemorable, including the Las Vegas Paiute tribe and the Moapa band of Paiutes, and about the historical and present realities of colonialism. We at the Las Vegas Center for Spiritualism Center for Spiritual Living have not found the right and perfect way to support our Indigenous people. However, please consider this a way to open the door to what is next, as it is a necessary step in creating a world that works for all. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I invite everyone to relax as we settled all in our comfortable seats or in the comforts of your home. Let's all take a good deep breath in through the nose, then hold it on 7 counts. And slowly releasing through the mouth on 7 counts. Our body holds many secrets. Breath is a carriage on which we ride to penetrate the body's hidden mysteries. The ancient way of following the breath allows us to enter the body's inner sanctuary. Here within that silence, subtle feelings and intuitions awaken and guide us to what is true. We keep still and listen deeply by listening to our inner source through immersion, contemplation, and presence. As we meditate on these beautiful words that I picked this morning from Patrick Harbla, author of Magic of the Soul. Journey to the center of your heart and embrace the love that can heal all conflict. The deepest words of the wise teach us, the same as the whistle of the wind when it blows, or the sound of the water when it's flowing. When we listen with our mind, we understand of life. When we listen with our heart, we feel more of life. When we listen with our entire being and spirit, we are transformed and joined with life itself. Listening to that inner voice in silence, listening with your heart to those who experience the source, and translating that presence into meaningful speech. And listening to the teaching, whoever or whatever may convey it, and furthering it into the world through deep questioning and honest dialogue of the unstatus quo. Spiritual growth exists in that moment when you are consciously willing to pay the price of freedom. You must be willing at all times, in all circumstances, to remain conscious in the face of pain, to work with your heart by relaxing and remaining open. Your purpose is not to slay the ego, but to absorb it completely into the fullness of your true being. The ego or finite self must eventually become one with the high infinite self. It is only then that you can be led by the will of heaven within you, rather than by the petty demands of personal preferences. Every setback in life is merely the backward pull of the bow, which creates that tension that will eventually release the arrow. Hold the tension while keeping an eye set firmly upon the goal. Your aim will be true, and your goal will be rich. Everything contains within it attention as it is being birthed. The push of a young sprout against the resistance of frozen soil builds stamina and strength for the inevitable emergence of spring. Accept the challenges of life. They move you toward fulfillment. Know that true mastery is about inclusion rather than exclusion. The forces of nature working to your integration You are being drawn toward wholeness. It is your destiny and birthright. Allow others and circumstances to be what they are. Receive what life brings without complaint. Then you will have integrated your smaller self into your higher self. This is the work of your eternal nature, to include within its timelessness the finite, time-bound aspect that you are living now. Welcome and embrace yourself in the mastery of self-realization. May I invite everyone to come back into the room. Let's all take a deep breath in. And as we let go, we release. Namaste.
For you to sing it with me. Every day beneath the sun breathes like a harmony, pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. Maybe forms of pain ferment, alchemized to love's content. Ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized on a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God,
I invite you now to close your eyes as I say the prayer for this morning's service. And if you're comfortable, allow my words to be your words. As I remind myself, as I take this deep breath in, I realize my breath is God breathing in and through and as me. I recognize this breath, this life, this essence, this presence that is and flows through all. Through this sanctuary, through this community, through each and every single soul that has heard, come on over. And so I recognize that this essence and this presence that flows through all flows through me. And I know it flows through every single person that can hear my voice to the degree that their heart, their mind, and their body are open to the idea of this wonderful presence. And I declare this service, this message, spirit being present in the essence of the divine creation of this beloved person, Reverend Cheryl. The words just flow like that of a river outwards to the ocean. And I know it's good and even more good. I'm grateful for this sanctuary. I'm grateful for this message. I am so grateful for the empty chairs that continually get filled up week by week. I'm grateful for the baskets of the energy of tithing that supports this center and beyond. My heart is screaming with joy. So as my words have already flowed into this law, as they have been spoken, I also acknowledge that I'm sending them out to the east and the south and the west and the north, as above and so below, but most important, I send it within. And so it is so. Amen. Aho.
Thank you, Jamie. That was beautiful. And thank you, Eldo. Another beautiful prayer. Now we know this one, right? Can you imagine this man is coming here soon? He's going to be playing this himself. Ooh, I can't wait. Hey. All
you please say with us, God bless America and the rest of the world. And just turn to a neighbor, say good morning and welcome. With my sister here, Reverend Stacy Hilton. Our pronouns are she and her, and we're just grateful that you're up. And I just lost my sound. There we go. Woohoo! I'm back. I'm back. Woo! Who's here for the first time? Huh? You are. Got a friend over here. Oh, hi. Okay, how you doing? I know who brought you because she was over here earlier, and then you were over here, and a lot of moving. The McCoy sisters. What's your name, hon?
She's a friend of Raven's.
Oh, cool.
Oh, beautiful. And she's hearing impaired, so
okay. Oh, I'm going to talk about that too. All right. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I wish, tell her thank you for being here. I know I'm trying to get Monique to be up here on stage with us because she's learning American Sign Language. But I think she's been studying for a couple of years now, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, cool. That's beautiful. All right. Anyone else here for the first time? Family, the rest of you? Mm-hmm. All right. Anyone else hearing impaired? Because Yvonne can translate for you. Maybe. That's right. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Did I have something else to say, Chair? I forgot. For sure. No? Okay. Well, thank you for being here and celebrating with us today. And we'd like to tell you wherever you are on your spiritual path, this is the place to be. Thank you. Tree.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Lauren Ballardini, one of the practitioners here, and when I saw the topic for today and also unstatus quo for the month, I thought this would be a really great time to get to speak with you about one of my favorite things, mental health and the brain. So for those that don't know me, I'm a super nerd about the brain. Actually, I think I'm gonna have to put this back so I can model something for you. So I love not only learning about the brain, but also like how it's wired up, especially in childhood experiences, and then how it impacts us today in our lives. So I want to just first give a shout out to Dr. Dan Siegel, who came up with the model that I'm going to show you, Dr. Bruce Perry and Oprah, who wrote an amazing book, and it really helped guide me in this presentation. So I wanted to start with a quick overview of the brain. And understanding how the parts work together, it also helps us understand ourselves, but also can help us understand others. So, I brought with me a very handy model. And you all have one too. So feel free to follow along if you like, because it's kind of neat. I think doing is teaching, and so when you do it, it'll remind you, so when you tell your family later about this, you'll be like, oh my gosh. Okay. So picture that this is your neck leading into your brain. To the brainstem here. Actually, the end model will look like this. Okay, so this is kind of like here. Like this would be here. Okay, so this brainstem is the oldest part of the brain. You may have heard it called the lizard brain, right? You guys heard that before? The brainstem takes information from the body and it regulates how we breathe, how we digest, all the things that we don't need to think about. It knows how to do it. This also creates the fight, flight, freeze, and faint response that you have. And you will see in animals also, right? So when we feel threatened, that's what activates there. The thumb represents our limbic system. This is the region that creates emotion and appraises the meaning of things. It does a ton more, just know this is very basic. So if we fold our fingers over the limbic system, we find our cortex, which kind of maps and takes in the outside world. That's our senses, also like our spatial relationship, and it helps us understand our social world. The prefrontal cortex, that's kind of the last little knuckle here, that is what integrates the cortex, the limbic system, the brainstem, the body, and then everything else that's going on. Some people call this the smart brain. I like to call it the wise brain. This is the part of the brain that came around and came on board most recently. It's the last to develop in a human, around age 25 if everything goes well. That's when your insurance rates go down, if you notice. Anytime that we do reflective contemplation or mindfulness practice, it helps us integrate all the parts of our system. So Aldo just helped us integrate very well, and so did Jamie. When we become dysregulated, which we all do from time to time, our prefrontal cortex goes offline. This means access to logic, reasoning, problem solving, and self-control is disrupted. So we flip our lid. Okay, so that's my groundwork. I wanted to share that our experiences are processed, they're learning in the brain from the bottom up. So I guess maybe from here to here. It comes all the way through before it gets to that prefrontal cortex. So that means that that most primitive reactive part of our brain is the first to interpret what's going on around us. So the bottom line is our brain is organized to act and feel before we think. So let's add to this by speaking about the first few years of childhood. This is the time that has the greatest impact on our development. It's because our brain is being wired so quickly while it interprets and organizes what is happening to us and around us. It has been likened to building a house. So picture a little fetus, and that brain is developing so rapidly, it's like putting in the foundation of a building. Then the first couple of months we're born, the brain is being framed. And then for the rest of the first year, all the interactions with others are adding the wiring and the plumbing. These are really important parts of building a house. And if it's not fully organized, it can undo make the foundation and all the parts kind of shaky. This is how we learn the basic ways to respond and sometimes to react. So as we grow and with all the information coming at us, our brain will take shortcuts to make meaning of situations that we may not understand and we might not even be aware of. It does this to keep us safe because our brain is always on the lookout for danger. So experiences, again, are processed from the bottom up, and if there's a problem during construction, the system can be disorganized and maladaptive. I'm going to give you an example that I think probably something we've all seen. Picture a child who has to be hyper-vigilant when scanning their environment in an abusive household. That is very, very helpful and adaptive to keep them safe in their home. But it is that same process that prevents that child from being able to pay attention in school. Also think ahead to the future as a grown-up. That same child grows up and has a difficult time focusing on a project in their noisy office. In fact, in the face of these difficulties, the child or the adult may be wondering what is wrong with them, when really it is what happened to them. So it's no surprise that research finds a direct correlation between adverse childhood experiences and mental and physical dis-ease. When our brains are always activated due to prolonged, inconsistent, and uncontrollable stress, it is difficult to access our wise minds, and we're probably flipping our lids a lot more often. There is some good news that Reverend Stacy touched on last week. Our brains are malleable and adaptable throughout our lives. This means that we can do a remodel of the original construction of our brain. The brain's neuroplasticity makes this possible. So with moderate, predictable, and controllable activation of our stress response system, it leads to flexible, stronger stress response capabilities. which lets a person demonstrate resilience in the face of extreme stressors. It's kind of like weightlifting for our stress response system. We exercise it to make it stronger. So the more that we face moderate challenges and succeed, then the more capable we are of facing bigger challenges. So we can practice this by taking on new things, such as learning a new skill, language, instrument, go back to school, maybe do something in an unstatus quo kind of way. Even better for us is to take these new experiences on in connection with others. In the last few years, I think it's become very apparent to all of us that disconnection and loneliness are playing a major role in the increase in mental health problems. A recent study by Harvard found that of all the factors involved in depression, the most powerful were related to connectedness. The team found that the protective effects of social connection made a bigger difference in someone's risk for depression, even more than genetic predisposition or early life trauma. Connectedness is as important as, if not more important, than our history of adversity. And guess what? This center is a place of connection. Coming here where people see one another, smile and hug each other, helps our brains rewire and become more resilient. So I'm encouraging each of you to look for additional ways to become more connected, not only for yourself, but to positively impact those around you. And so when we meet people in our lives who seem to be acting in ways that seem off and perhaps counterproductive to their well-being, instead of thinking, what's wrong with them, we can ask ourselves, I wonder what happened to them. Changing the question changes our response and can help heal our communities. Thank you.
Lauren, I can tell you whatever you say, I'm going to do. Okay. I mean, that's how it goes. She's professional. Thank you. She's a professional, and she is a professional licensed social worker. So whatever she says, I'm doing. This is a beautiful song that I was just introduced to. It reminds me of a letter to God, and I'm not sure if that's where it comes from. But this woman, Lauren Daigle, is famous for this song. She just wrote it a couple of years ago, and it has so much meaning. I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high, every low? Remind me once again of who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling short. And when I don't belong, you say I'm yours, and I believe what you say to me.
have, and now I'm laying it at your feet. I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You have every victory. You say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. When I need to be held and I am falling short. When I don't belong, you say I am yours. And I believe what you said to me. I believe, still believe. I believe. Such a beautiful song. Thank you so much. Great.
All right. How many of you believe you're loved? Right? Oh, you're in the right place. Awesome. Thank you, Lauren, for that. I was following along. I think I did it up here one time, but I didn't get into details like Lauren did. But thank you for the reminder. It's awesome. Trauma 101. Oh my goodness. Trauma 101. Of course, Lauren, you would talk during the trauma on status quo. We're still doing on status quo. Sorry about that. How many of you know someone who, or someone you think that has experienced trauma, or you yourself? Yeah? Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Well, the textbook definition of trauma is that it is an emotional response to a wide range of dangerous and sometimes life-threatening situations and experiences. And like Lauren said, you won't be able to think about it because your brain will act upon that trauma first before it won't listen to anything you say or think. Right, Lauren? It's not a flaw, though. It's not a weakness. It's just the body's protective response to any perceived or actually real danger. Did you know that this kind of pissed me off, and I'm status quo to use that word, so I can use that word during this month. But during, I think it was in 2020 or 2021, we did a book study with Centers for Spiritual Living for my grandmother's hands. In that reading, I learned that trauma is intergenerational, that it is in your DNA. When you think about some of the health conditions that certain groups of people experience, and it seems like it's more in that group than in that group than in that group, intergenerational, right? Oh my goodness. Does that that kind of made me mad, I'm sorry, because that means I had a lot of work to do. Right? Still. Reverend Stacy, thank you for the land acknowledgement. Indigenous Peoples Day was the 9th, and actually, October. All right. It's okay, I use my outdoor voice. Does that one work?
Maybe. Sounds like it.
Yes. Okay.
Don't be traumatized.
I'm not traumatized by that. Well, we'll see later. Oh my goodness. In October, we're having a huge event. If you don't know about it, you need to ask Stacy. Or me, you can ask me. You can ask me, it's okay. But one of our speakers who's going to have a workshop there is a practitioner, and she lives in Canada, Brenda Joy, and she's a Cree, I think she's an elder? Wise woman, elder. And she did a workshop at in February that was just awesome, and she's going to bring a smaller version of it here, and she's just awesome. She's awesome. And, you know. Now, according to, this is some statistics. According to the Smithsonian's National Museum of American Indian, approximately 95% of the Native American population was wiped out 130 years after Europeans landed in the Americas, despite the killing, the enslavement, and the forced relocation of the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. Native Americans are still standing and working to ensure that their culture isn't forgotten. 95%. That's a lot of people. And as Reverend Stacy said, we're still working to figure out how we can assist other than welcoming everyone and loving everyone and seeing that we're all one. We're just trying to figure out more specific ways that we could probably support the indigenous folks of the state of Nevada, or our local community, actually. Lauren talked about the ACEs, you know, adverse childhood experiences. Thank you, Lauren. I don't know why you're still not up here talking. I don't. Very few people, and those of you that didn't raise your hand, I'm surprised, but very few people are immune to trauma, especially children, you know. I talked about some time ago, I did a class, a CASA with the 8th District Court, and it was called TBRI, but they talked about, a child that's, what do they call that? The sleep training. So you let the kid cry. Oh no, they're not for that, because the child is learning to not cry because no one is coming to assist them. Even though their brain, originally they cry because they need something, because they are not, that's how they communicate. So when you don't come, they don't care. I mean, if they just stop communicating, participating, like, oh, well, whatever, no one's gonna come and help me or save me or whatever, change my diaper or feed me or whatever. So I know when I see that, there's some TV shows that are like, oh, I'm doing sleep training. I'm like, no. But, everyone can do it their way. Oh, my goodness. Trauma 101, the Science of Mind textbook. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, I'm going to quote him. And I want the professional practitioners to listen. We are not so cold-blooded as to say to a person that with pain that there is no such thing as pain. That is not our idea or purpose. We admit the facts. It is quite a different thing to admit it's necessary. It is clear that Ernest Holmes wanted to us to understand that it's important for us to listen and have compassion for one another's experience. So as a spiritual community, we are not here to diminish or disregard anyone's pain. But we do it within ourselves, acknowledge and attempt to, even though we're listening, we're knowing that it is optional, that there is a way out, there is a way to heal that pain. And that's one of the valuable gifts, I think, of being part of this community or a lot of different communities, I'll say. I can't say they're all, because some of them, I think may have created some trauma. I know I have relatives that are afraid to die. I have relatives that truly believe that they're not worthy. I have friends that believe they're not worthy. Even if they don't say it out loud, you can tell. You can just know in the things they won't do. You know, we're advised to, as practitioners, we're advised to turn away from the condition in the treatment and to not during our exchanges, not during our time of listening, that time when we're meant to inspire and connect with each other. And attempt to get across the perfect understanding of the divine in each person. Look how people who have experienced trauma through some religious institutions, you know, LGBTQIA+, those, especially those raised in religious traditions where they are taught that they will burn in hell. We have members and people that come to class and they'll tell me they won't come back to class because their beloved or whomever said, you're going to go to hell if you keep going over there. And I know you all heard it. If I've heard it, I know you've all heard it. Yes. You know? I mean, are we being supportive? I mean, how many of our centers have sign language interpreters on stage on Sunday? We're working on it. We're working on it. How might people of color or people under 40 feel excluded maybe from our center? Maybe. I think we're welcoming and loving. However, you know, how old am I? I'm 60 something. I'm over 40. You know, there's some, even though this is on status quo month, there are places where these things are taboo. We wore jeans last week. We didn't say everybody had to wear jeans, but we were supported. But we would be in trouble some places. Not in trouble, but you know, even here we've had a couple people look at us like, oh, you wore jeans. That's a little taboo. Boo. I mean, there are folks that have been hurt by spiritual communities and organizations. And a lot of them show up here. That's why we have classes to explain and to help and teach them that they are not that. They are better than that. Attempt to, like Reverend Stacy and Lauren talked about the neurotransmitters. We teach a class on quantum living, and it teaches about neuroplasticity and how we can change those stories that are, and from our childhood, some we've forgotten about. But people misunderstand trauma. Well-meaning people. They might say, oh, get over it. Move on. Focus on the present. Focus on the present. You can't. Remember the brain thing? You can't. Remember, it's in your DNA. You're in the book of My Grandmother's Hands, written by Resmaa Menakem. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've been practicing, but I've already forgotten. It explores the impact of the historical integrational trauma that our bodies, that is on our bodies, in our bodies, and on our minds. And he talks about, he's a therapist, and he talks about that deep-seated trauma that remains ingrained in the bodies of both. Doesn't matter, white Americans, BIPOC Americans, everybody. We're all affected. He's a therapist, and his book goes beyond understanding that trauma. And there's even exercises and tools in there that you can use. And I think the reason, and I don't know if I read this, but I think the reason it's called My Grandmother's Hands is because your grandmother showed you so much love and care. And I mean, those hands, my grandmother had me convinced that green jello can cure any tummy ache I ever had. To this day, you know, there are lots of books about trauma. the body keeps score. We talk about these books in our book study, Healing Words Book Club, and a lot of them are on the list to be read. But it highlights how trauma is not just a mental experience, a physical one. He talks about it being a physical one. Like I said, you know, the diseases, the physical symptoms that people have generationally. Oh, you know, when you think about, I inherited that, that's a family trait. I inherited that disease. Yeah, but you inherited the trauma that caused that disease. But it can be healed. We're a healing teaching. You know, I just want our community, actually the community, but I gotta start where I am, right? I want our community to be trauma informed. Lauren, perfect. Start. You know, I know that we say we are welcoming and inclusive, but don't we often expect others to fit into our culture and our norms? Right? This is why it's Unstatus Quo Month. We've done a couple things differently, and I'm sure it's thrown a few people off a little bit. You know those spiritual people, we're huggers, you know, while reaching for strangers without asking permission. Now, I know when I first came to the center, it was in, a long time ago, it was in the hospital room. I sat in the back. Even when I went to Harmon, I sat in the back. Don't hug me. Don't come near me. I mean, I'm thinking it, I'm not saying it, but I'm not standing up welcoming a hug, right? And even to this day, I will ask permission. Doesn't matter if it's COVID or what. I'm like, can I give you a hug? There's nothing wrong with that. They say no, I'm good with that. I'm so good with that. But I hug now. I hug now. I know, I mean, especially first-time visitors, you know, ask permission. Don't slobber all over them. I know this is a small thing, it's a small act, but it's, while intended to be an invitation, it can be a trigger for that person, you know? I don't know why, and this is really personal, and I don't know that I worked through it, so I don't know if Reverend Cynthia would approve, the founder of our center, approve of me sharing that, but I've had 2 massages, but I still have a weird feeling about massages. And I do not know exactly where that came from. I'm sure Lauren could tell me though. Amen. To be trauma informed, we must not only learn how to speak to one another in a way that is uplifting. Do you all agree? Uplifting and supportive, but also to shift our culture from status quo. Being willing to do something different, doing something different than the norm. You know, this could mean doing what I say. Ask if you mind being hugged. Hey, if they say no, doesn't matter. Ask. Not pressuring anyone, even into a volunteer position. Oh my gosh. Just allowing folks to sit until they feel comfortable. I mean, I can think of a person who is right now a licensed practitioner. I will not say who she is because I didn't ask her permission. And I remember when she first came here, back row, the step forward was sign up for a class. I was like, wow. Still, you could feel the uncomfortableness of it, but still there was something in that person that wanted more. So they kept coming. I'm not gonna cry. That person is a licensed practitioner, a professional licensed practitioner, right here, right now. And She is wonderful. It's night, literally night and day. Change her nature. Her nature changed completely in 4 years. And I want to have a conversation with that person and say, when was that change for you? Because I saw it, but when did you know it in you? You know? I think they changed their name too. So. Wow. You know, there's a book, Yvonne reminded me of this book. We had this author here, Celine Santini, who wrote this book about kintsugi. And kintsugi supposedly translates into golden repair, or here it says golden joints. But she, it was very, Stacey, she has all these ideas and all these great things that we're gonna do, but we had a book, a lot of book authors here, and it was a nice event. This was, gosh, I wanna say 3-4 years ago, before COVID. I'm still saying that. And I say thank you, Yvonne, because she reminded me of this book. We had several of them. But she came up here. Of course, we didn't really know what kintsugi was. And she threw a bowl on the stage, and it broke into way more many pieces than she thought it would. But that was her way of introducing what it means, because it refers to that old century Japanese art of mending broken ceramics with gold. So the artists don't have to hide the cracks in the bowl. They just fill them with the dust or lacquered powdered gold. And you know, when you think about healing after loss or trauma, she says she thinks of, in that kintsugi way, the pottery is made whole. Because I think throwing a bowl on the ground and it breaking into many pieces is kind of traumatic for the bowl. I'm just saying. But it says it's an ancestral Japanese art of repairing broken objects by highlighting the cracks with golden powder, often undertaken as a form of art therapy to encourage resilience. The art of kintsugi follows a slow and painstaking process that requires patience and concentration. Day after day, week after week, step after step, the object is cleaned, gathered, cared for, mended, and celebrated. Just like each one of you here, right? I know I said that trauma is in your DNA. Guess what? So is resilience. All that good stuff is in there too, just so you know. Not just the bad stuff. Resilience. Resilience. I'm not going to break a bowl or anything. But I have a list of several books that talks about healing trauma, and unfortunately I couldn't read them all in 1 week, but we have read some of them in our book club, and I'm hoping that you all join our book club so we can talk about those books. And you know, you don't have to get the book and read it. We listen to a lot of books, hands-free, right? I'm just saying that it's critical, I believe, that we begin to listen and just support one another through our healing journeys, you know? Rather than diminish or disregard our pain that just naturally comes with being human. We are human beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So we just can't. That's why we're working on creating a world that works for everyone. But we all have to heal to get there, I think. And I never said it was easy. I never said how many years of classes, and I don't think I'm quite 100. I still won't get a massage, usually. So I don't think I'm 100% healed. However, I know that I'm in the right place with the right people, and I know that I'm loved, just as you are. Thank you.
Easy for me to say, but just go get the massage. You deserve it. You need it, you'll love it. You'll love it. I hated it too. I almost never get one, but I tell you, thinking about Joan and all the beautiful things that she does for you, you just treat yourself one day. I hope you do that, because it really is incredible.
You'll get over all the other stuff, believe me, you do.
But thank you, Brad. It was a great talk. And now I understand why I'm singing these songs. This song is called Stronger. The bed feels warmer, sleeping here alone. You know I dream in color and do the things I want. You think you got the best of me, you think you had the last laugh, but you think that everything good is gone. Think you left me broken down, think that I come running back. Maybe you don't know me cause you're dead wrong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. You heard that I was starting over with someone new. They told you I think I was coming back. You think I'd come back? I'd come back swinging. You tried to break me, but you see, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm lonely cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. Thanks to you, I got a new thing started. Thanks to you, I'm not the broken heart. Thanks to you, I'm finally thinking about me. You know, in the end, the day you left me was my beginning. Yes. You know that it was. Stronger, stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm lonely cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself and I. Yes. So true. That's a song by Kelly Clarkson. Thank you so much.
like to ask our issues to please come forward. All right, what you go through, you grow through, right?
That's right. Or not.
Or not. We're working on it. Yes. All right, if you would please take your gift in your hand and say the affirmation on the screen with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And what I know about each and every gift and each and every tithe that is received, it is the opportunity, the backbone, the evidence that Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living is doing good work in the world. And it is returning to each individual and the center multiplied abundantly. I know that each gift is given in support of our vision and our mission to create a work that works for everyone and to awaken each and every person to their spiritual magnificence. Because without those gifts, it'd be harder for us to do our work. Not that we would stop, but it isn't. It is a plus. Thank you so much for each and every dollar given, and the trust given, and the love given. I appreciate it all, and so it is.
Come on, sing with me. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. It is. Come on, sing with me. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Come on, Disney. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine.
Okay, well, the announcements today are that the Men of Unity and, of course, Science of Mind meet here in this room because they planned a wonderful cookout for us. Not a picnic, a cookout. A cookout this Saturday from 10 until 4 at Mount Charleston. So if you want to get cool, you just got to come up to Mount Charleston, Lee Canyon. Now, Sid, one of the men, has put the sign-up sheet right here as you walk out the door. You don't have to go all the way to the happenings table. It's just right there. It's got the maps, and if you need a ride, we've got a ride-sharing sheet. Kathy's holding it up there, so be sure when you walk out, you see that right there, right behind the curtain. Sounds like Oz. Right behind the curtain, right back there is where it is, okay? So everybody sign up for that. And, you know, it's a potluck, so you're going to be wanting to bring a dessert or something to share. And then Reverend Jim is going to be making chicken, barbecue chicken. Wow, beautiful. So let's everybody go up there and have fun. It's going to be great fun.
That's the 17th.
That's this Saturday, the 17th, from 10 until 4. Okay. Practitioner Jamie Jetty, who did this beautiful prayer this morning, has her Life Reflection Cafe every Monday morning at 10 a.m. right here at the center. And there's no charge for that. And of course, it's just a wonderful time for conversation and connection and reflection. Let's see here. Oh, and this coming Wednesday, our wonderful practitioner Aldo sponsors our Heart of Peace meditation from 6 to 7 right here. If you can come in person, that's the way to be, because we've got Karen Jones doing the bowls, the singing bowls, just amazing if you can come in person. If not, by all means, get online and watch this too. Let's see here. And then the week after, every first and third Wednesday, we have our practitioners get on Zoom. And now it's just not practitioners, it's for everybody. We just sponsor it. We just get on there and do it. But we discuss a chapter in Ernest Holmes' book, the Living the Science of Mind. And on the week after, on the 21st, it's going to be Your Invisible Forces, which I think is what we were talking about today with the brain, right? Your invisible forces. Okay. And if you're interested in becoming part of the women's group, the Goddess Women's Group, you just need to put your name on the sheet on the flyer back there. And I see there's a bunch of us women that have signed up. I'm so excited. It looks like there's like 10 or 12. So we're going to find a time when we can all meet together right here. Kind of like the men are doing in there. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Reverend Stacy is going to come up and talk to us about what's happening in October. We're so excited. The weekend of October the 18th. Can't wait.
Thank you, Kitty. Yes, October 18th, we have an anniversary. The center's been around for 23 years.
Can't be.
And the fact that we made it through the last several after COVID is absolutely amazing. But even before that, we've been doing good work for a long time. Wow. So there is an early bird registration because Friday night we have the party. We've got Patty Powers and a bunch of, I won't say old people that used to sing here, but I guess they're all older if they're here.
We're all older.
So we've got
some
old friends will be here. And then we've got, that ritual part that we do, and we get to celebrate our ministers, Reverend Sandy and Reverend Franny and Reverend Cynthia. And so it will be a really, really nice way to celebrate then. And then Saturday will be speakers and workshops and just a bunch of, and a concert with Jamie Lula and Gary Lynn Floyd. And Dr. David Alt will be here. And we will have vendors. And so if you sign up before the 6th, the whole thing is $2.99. Now, if you just want to go to the dinner, that's $100. If you just want to go to the concert, it's $49. But the whole thing is $2.99. So this is a huge fundraiser for us. And unlike when we have done installations before, where we had every 5 seconds we had a fundraiser, this is it. So just buy your ticket. So just buy your ticket and please. And if you know anybody that this center has ever supported, tell them to buy a ticket. Yeah. We also are selling ad space. Yvonne, she's so amazing. She is putting together a program. So if you just want to say, hey, congratulations on the 23rd anniversary, you can do that. Lots of ways to support us. So please do that. We want to keep going and keep growing. All right? Love you all.
Love you. Thank you.
Yes, I expect this place to be packed. That holds 200 people, so let's see it. Let's see it happening. I see it. Let's see here. For our love supply in our pantry, we're always still collecting food. So bring any food for our insecure folks that need food and let them know. And then for prayer support, just send your prayer request to prayer@LVCSL.org or text 702-524-7096. And of course, the bookstore is open today. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit our website, LasVegasCSL.org. Be sure to check the happenings table for signups and for that right outside the curtain here. And then bring your cans for camp, aluminum cans. Bring your cans, okay? And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody Saturday. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
It's a cookout.
Oh, cookout.
It's a cookout. I'm going to ask the Ministry of Prayer team to please come forward. Because I'm being unstatus quo.
Don't we always do this?
No, we go around the room.
Oh, okay.
And you know why? I want you all to see these folks. These folks are here to hold you up. They are professional practitioners. They are trained in the art of affirmative prayer. They hold confidences. They will pray with you. Please do not leave here with a heavy heart. They will pray for you, and all is well. And if you want to leave a prayer request in our God's Pocket in the Grand Hallway, that would be acceptable as well. But grab one of them and say, hey, pray. Oh, wow. Oh, we almost don't fit. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, I'm going to, I guess I'll ask myself to do a closing prayer. Oh, my goodness. Let's just take a deep breath and close or lower your eyes, whatever's comfortable for you. All I'm just grateful for all that has taken place today. I'm grateful to each and every person that showed up here in person and online. I'm grateful that we work to create a world that works for all, that we work to create a space that is safe for everyone to be loved and to love and to just heal. And to be the healing presence in this community is an honor, and I am just so blessed as each and every one of these folks you see before you are. So blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this day, and I love you, and so it is.
So it is. Look at Dave's waiting for you to say the word. Go ahead.
Oh, we're not doing a peace song.
Yes, we are.
We are?
Are we not?
I didn't think we were. I thought we were just doing it in the name of love.
Oh, okay. We can do whatever you want.
I think we can sing the peace song. I'm ready.
He's already looking for
Please stand. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, love was all our need. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this belongs now. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my gorgeous body.
I feel it in my gorgeous body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Make it a great week.
Let's play the peace song.
Happy back to school.
In the name of love, with a heart of grace, overflow in us, decorate this place, as it is below, so it is above. May we always say